Guys, our friends at Ridge have done it again. After creating the world's greatest wallet, they have now launched the Ridge key case. You no longer have to be bulked down by your old jangling keychain. You got to try it out for yourself. Click on the link in the description below. Use the promo code Chael. That's going to get you 10% off. And look how good it goes with my Ridge wallet. The Ridge key case secures between 2 and 6 keys. It organizes your keys in a compact silhouette and folds out for easy access. There are 6 colors and styles, including carbon fiber and my favorite, burnt titanium. The Ridge team is so confident that you like it, they're going to let you test drive it for 45 days. If you don't love it, send it back, get a full refund. Go to ridge.com/Chael to save 10% today, or just click on the link below. Daniel Cormier had a quote. He said, I think that Daniel was talking with Helen Yee. He said, I believe that Chimaev made the decision to stop cutting weight, knowing that the consequences were not going to be as severe for him than they would be for other people. Now, when I first heard that, I thought, that's a stretch, Daniel. I mean, you're trying to get into the psychology of a man who's getting ready to go into a fist fight in front of the world in a main event, right? This is a different guy. This guy's thinking differently already. He's not himself. That's not a normal thing to do. Now you're trying to get into the psychology of what a guy thought in one of his most vulnerable moments when you were cutting weight. I mean, to explain to you the pain. I'm not talking about dieting, guys. I'm not talking about losing weight. Cutting weight is something totally different. And Daniel's trying to get into his mind and thinks that he had the time to deduct all of those things. So I didn't love it. Sat down, I'm going to give Daniel, I'm going to poke him in the chest. Give him a hard time. I started thinking about it. No, wait a minute. Daniel makes a very interesting point, doesn't he? Daniel makes a very interesting point, and this one went past me. Chimaev was not fighting for a belt. That wasn't on the line. Chimaev didn't even screw up a main event. Whether they mismatched him or not, they could have made that fight 8 pounds different. Do it all the time. Matter of fact, 8 pounds spread in Las Vegas is exactly what Kelvin Gastelum weighed in overweight when he fought Tyron Woodley. Just for example. Chimaev didn't lose 10%. Chimaev didn't miss weight. They did a catch weight. I never realized this. It just never dawned on me. All the evidence is here. I never realized it till Daniel said this, and I was forced to process. He did not lose 10%. I had a guy miss weight one time. I got 10% of his purse for him missing weight and me agreeing to the match. I had no idea this guy made a lot of money. I had no idea I'd get this check. It was one of these things that what I remember it was very exciting. Felt like free money. I didn't know you could turn a fight down if a guy missed weight. Nowhere in my psyche does that happen. I mean, I used to fight when they didn't even put us on a scale. Couldn't have possibly cared less. But these were the rules, and this is what happened, and that happens to everybody. And Chimaev's making a very pretty penny. He's going to lose 10%. That's going to hurt. Well, no, wait a minute. He didn't, did he? They officially changed that. I'm asking a question here, but I think it's a larger point that Daniel was making. And I'm quite sure that I am right on this. They changed it to a catch weight. They changed it to a catch weight of 178 pounds. And that's how we ended up in there with Holland that also weighed in like 178 pounds. So there wasn't even the fine. When Daniel's talking about your repercussions aren't the same. Yes, you lost a main event. Main events matter. Not to mention that main event was stated. It was never corrected. The last statement was that is a number 1 contenders fight. Now that statement was made prior to Kamaru Usman losing the belt and becoming the number 1 contender. But there was still time in there and that statement never went away. So possibly Chimaev did lose that. Possibly. But I don't know that Chimaev, even with a victory, even if he would have beaten Nate, I don't know that even with a victory, he can get in front of Kamaru Usman. So if he wasn't going to get the title fight anyway, then he didn't lose that. He lost a main event placement, but he had a great performance. He didn't even lose any of his money. Daniel's right. Daniel's right. Now, I don't know if I can go as far as to say that Chimaev actually thought that or processed it. Like, that story gets weird, and we have this in our sport, and people prefer to just rewrite history and put out the narrative that you wish would have happened. I mean, I see this Charles Oliveira is still a champion of the world. That's the result that you wish would have happened. So we just go with it. We got announcers that are paid to be correct, telling the world that Charles is still the champion, which is not true. But we do that in this sport all the time. All the time, we just make something up and boom, that's it. The way we wish that it would have happened. As it pertains to Chimaev, not losing 10%, still being the talk of the town. He had the submission of the night. I don't know if they bonused him. If you miss weight, you're not eligible for submission of the night. However, he didn't miss weight. They made it a catch weight. That's interesting. I mean, it really is very interesting. Daniel's point is very fair. Daniel didn't elaborate on it. Maybe he was going down a different road than the one I'm going now. I'm attempting to just piggyback on the big bear and elaborate as to what his thoughts were, but I'm guessing. But that is a pretty fascinating concept. As it pertains to Chimaev, the doctor stopped him. He didn't miss weight. He didn't quit. The doctor stopped him. That's a rewriting of history. The commission would not have allowed the fight. I sit down and I tell you guys sometimes, I say, nobody knows the rules but me. Now, that's a very condescending thing to say. How would nobody know the rules but me? Well, there's good reason. It's just that nobody knows the rules. And I get people that argue with me. I could call them out by now. I know the Chael doesn't know all the... Show me your rule book. If you know the rules, hold up the rule book. Just show me that you even have one. If you're going to say you know the rules, then just show me the rule book. Show me that you've read it, because mine's sitting right down here. I got sued. There's a reason that I know the rules. I was sued in 2002 by the state of Oregon's Attorney General office that has endless funds 7 times. 7 times I went to court. 7 times I was sworn in, and 7 times I beat them. And I beat them because I knew the rules. They didn't know their own rules. So we can get away with saying things like the commission wouldn't have made it. Well, the rules are right there. Yeah. Okay. We can say things like the doctor stopped him, but it was 9 a.m., guys. Private room with a team. Where'd that doctor come from? I mean, right there, there's some things we retell the story. Charles Oliveira is not the champion. It's one of these tough spots. And when I tell you guys I know the rules, I predicted on Thursday, prior to the Friday, that Charles missed weight. I predicted Charles was going to miss weight. So I stayed up Thursday and I boned up. And I made one mistake. I boned up on the rules of the Arizona State Athletic Commission, which has no authority to take his championship belt away. I did not know it would be an organization's issue. When I looked into those rules, it was handled exactly as the bylaws say. Exactly as the bylaws say. But I hear people that think that they know the rules. They want to tell me that they know them. If you know, I won't even question you. It won't even be a multiple choice. Just hold up the rule book next time you tell me. Just show me that you even have read the rules.